Hey, y'all, so let's cover the last two pieces of this. This is the practice problem. Make sure you've attempted these yourself first before you watch me do them for each of them. If you haven't, just make sure and pause the video before you watch each one of them. Attempt them yourself because this is kind of how I'm supporting you to making sure you understand it before you go do the homework. All right, so let's do these two. First one is 2x squared minus 4x minus 1. It's already set up for us, and it's in order for the way we need it. So A is 2, B is -4, and C is -1. Using x equals -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all that over 2 times a. Now we just simplify. Negative times a negative is a positive, plus or minus the square root. -4 squared is 16, positive 16. -4 times 2 is -8. And -8 times -1 is positive 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 16 times 8 is 24. I'm sorry, 16 plus 8 is 24. You cannot reduce these. This is in a square root. You cannot reduce these because there's a third term here. So for almost all of you, you're done. If you're moving on to college algebra trig 1590, you're not done. But for this class, everyone is done right here. Right here, because the 24 is not a perfect square. All right, for those of you who are moving on, let's talk about the square root of 24. It has a perfect square in it because it's made up of 4 times 6. So the square root of 4 and the square root of 6. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 6 is the square root of 6. So let's rewrite this. 4 over 4 plus or minus 2 square root of 6 over 4. Now we just reduce. X is equal to 1 plus or minus, this reduces by 2 to square root of 6 over 2. Please note, this is not the square root of 6 over 2. That is not the same thing as this. Do not make this mistake. This is hard wrong. All right, let's go to the second one. First thing we're going to do is get them all on the same side, set equal to 0. I'm going to subtract 44 from both sides of the equal sign. We've got 4x squared minus 4x minus 44 equals 0. Couple ways to look at this. They all have 4s in them. So it's all divisible by 4. You can think of it as two different ways. It's your choice which one. You can factor out a 4, over here with parentheses, or you can just divide every stinking term, including 0, by 4. This does the same thing. So this becomes x squared minus x minus 11 equals 0. It would do the same thing if you factored out the 4 and divided both sides by 4. It's the same thing. So A is equal to 1, B is equal to -1, and C is equal to -11. Let's substitute. Negative B plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all that's over 2 times a. Negative times a negative is a positive 1. -1 squared is 1. -4 times 1 is -4, times -11 is positive 44. All of that over 2. 1 plus 44 is 45. All of that over 2. Now, this, you're done. Unless, again, if you're moving on to college algebra trig. The rest of you, you're done. You don't need to understand the rest of this piece. College algebra students, moving forward, you do. So please make sure that this is only for the 1590s, moving on. Let's rewrite this. 45 has a perfect square in it. Square root of 9, square root of 5. So x is equal to 1 plus or minus square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 5, all of this over 2. Now you're done. This is the answer I'm looking for on the exam. This is for those of you who are moving forward. You need to understand this for 1590. That's it. Let me know what questions you have. Happy to help.